Alright, we are live. They're playing on the Your Land Minetest server. Okay. Window capturing. There we go. Should be all set. Full screen it. There we go. Like a couple pixels missing when it's not full screened. Okay. There we go. We're all set. Should be good. Let's hop in. Okay. Don't know why that happened. Let's do that again. Alright, we're good. Logged in this time. So, this time, what am I going to do? Last time I kind of bumbled around. Had no clue what I was doing. This time, I think I'm just gonna build something. You know, not worry about it. Just keep working on it. Let's see. I got a response here. Let's see. Alright, well, maybe another day. Sounds good. Close. Hello. Alright. So, man, those animals, sometimes they make so much noise. Did I ever finish this? Alright, I got one drink out, but I want some more. There, and while we're here, let's go ahead and get rid of one of the animals that cause an insane amount of noise. The hippo. Actually, there's two of them here. Maybe they'll drop a diamond. Oh shit! Almost killed me. Dang. The hippos got hands, honestly. They're kind of ridiculously strong. Ooh. Every night when sunset we sing. Oh, okay. Okay, we killed that one. You did not drop any diamonds, sadly, but that's okay. Maybe this one will. Come on. Is that a diamond over there? What is this? Oh, it's just a lizard. The blue fooled me. Sometimes they drop diamonds. I guess it's probably pretty rare. Usually they just drop meat. But I guess it's just an every once in a while thing. I know it's happened a couple times. I feel like I'm going crazy because ever since I noticed that they drop diamonds, they have not dropped diamonds anymore. Like, did they ever drop diamonds? Because I feel like I'm starting to go crazy on that point. Like, I kept getting diamonds randomly in my inventory after I killed a bunch of them. But once I noticed it, I feel like they haven't dropped diamonds ever since I noticed. Is it like a Schrodinger's diamond situation where they only drop them if you don't observe it happening? Because I have no clue. And man, do they spawn often. Oh shit, it's gonna kill me. Okay, where did it go? What the hell? Was a mimic that turned into a hippo? Did I kill it? Oh, it's just underwater. Wait. Is it that? Okay, no. It might be a mimic. I guess there's multiple mimics here? Alright, well, you drop gold. I mean, it's nothing. Really? That was a mimic? I didn't even know they could turn into animals. Wait, they... What? Since when could mimics turn into animals as well? Hello, James C. How are you doing? Okay, I guess it was a mimic. And not a hippo. Alright, well. Let's think about what to build. Oh, God. Am I building the city of Atlantis now? I mean, there is Atlantis in the game. There is a city called Atlantis on this server. It is under construction, as far as I can tell. So they haven't finished it. Hello, Luke Way. How are you doing? So they're still working on it. Maybe I could offer to help with it. Cause I mean that was one of the cities I was like, I kind of want to move into this place. Cause Atlantis I mean, seems like a pretty cool place. But I mean, yeah, if I remember correctly, it was like not even close to being finished. They only had like a couple cities, like a couple buildings done. And I mean, it was underwater. Um, but yeah. Let's think. What could I build? Honestly, no clue. Alright. Let's think about this. I want to do... Like maybe I could turn this into a full circle. Right? Have this come kind of... Keep this going around this way. You know, these series of builds. Keep going around this way. Follow along here. Go over this river. And then come back over this way. And connect back to there. And just have like a big circle. With a nice area in the middle. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that could work. Yeah, let's do that. I think that sounds nice. So let's think about what building materials I could use. For most of these, I've been using just different wood types. Like that was like pine. I don't remember all the wood types off the top of my head. All these buildings have just been different wood types. So if I want to keep going with that, I don't even know what other wood types I haven't used. I haven't used the plain wooden planks, which are like kind of look like oak planks. I haven't used that type yet. So that's a possibility. Let's do this. Let's just look. Wood. Plank. Let's get a feel for how. Okay, that doesn't seem like it's showing all the planks. Let's look trunks. Okay, here we go. So there's banana trunk. I don't know. It's kind of a greenish vibe. At least on the trunk. The plank, it looks like it's probably going to be pretty white. I don't really like the palm. The color doesn't appeal to me a lot. Willow, that's just gray. Healing's hard to get. Olive. Okay, well, olive could be interesting. Let's check that out. Okay, it's kind of an orangish. I mean, it's similar to acacia. Acacia's a lot more red, at least in this version. Okay. Olive could be a possibility. I haven't come across any olive trees, though. I think there's a shop, at least in Haven, that I could probably buy an olive sapling from. Ooh, date palm tree. Now that could be... I do love the... I mean, purple is my favorite color, so... That definitely looks interesting. Date palm tree. Okay. That's definitely one to consider. Giant sequoia. That could also be interesting. That looks like a nice color as well. I mean, I don't know about the... It kind of looks like orange and purple. I don't know about that combination, though. Alright, let's look up... Let's look date. Okay, yeah, it's a purple wood. That sounds pretty good. Date tree. Let's see if we can find that at the tree shop here in Haven. Gotta go around the pumpkin though. Alright. Spawn here, the city kind of takes a little to load in. The server's far away and there's lots of entities in spawn right now. Seems like the pumpkin, like in the middle here. In the middle here, I think there's just tons of entities or something like that. So it's going a bit slower. Looks like you don't have to go around the pumpkin anymore as well, which is nice. Alright, there is a tree shop here that I've been to before. I don't remember where exactly. It was... Here we go, maybe. Wood shop. But is this the wood shop that sells... I also didn't bring gold with me. Kind of forgot about that. But let's try and see if this is one that sells the... Doesn't seem like it sells saplings, though. There's a showroom down here. Looks like they do have date trees, but... I don't know if they have the saplings available. Secret shop. Ooh, alright. I mean, that's pretty good. Some nice tools down here. But not really what I need. Particularly. Probably can't afford them anyway, to be honest. And, I mean, how are you supposed to buy stuff here, though? It's the Arbitorium. Hello, Bionic. What do you think about the new name? It's no longer Minetest, but Luanti. Yeah, I heard about it. I think it's... I mean, I know we disagreed on this, Benito, last time with Voxel Libre being the new name for Mineclone 2. I think it's good. I understand why they did it. I like it. I'm looking forward to when they officially change it over. Like they've... What the heck? You know... Hold on, what is this? If you need inspiration for your next building project. It's a short showroom via the Netherlands airport. Short walk from the Arbitorium. Okay, hold on. I gotta try. Okay, 3-1. Oh. 3-1. Okay, come on. 31903345. I'm not remembering that at all. Minetest. We'll try to go there. Definitely not going to be able to remember that. But yeah, I think the new name's cool. Lua for the programming language for the mod, how to make the mods and games for the Minetest engine, and then Luonti with a O instead of an A, so Luonti is apparently the what was it Finnish word for creation. So I think it's got some nice meaning behind it. I mean, I feel like just going straight Luonti, like just going the Swedish word, the Finnish word, I think it was, for creation would have maybe been even better. Uh, Maybe because actually I don't even know. No, I think Luanti is good. I like it. I think it's same with Voxel Libre. It's gonna take quite some time to adjust. Um, but like, I mean, now that some time has passed, Benito, what do you think about Voxel Libre now? How do you feel about the name change at this point? Because it's been some time. I think it seems like people have gotten used to it. Like, I don't really see when people talk about Voxel Libre, I don't see them say formerly Mind Clone 2 anymore. I don't really see that online all too much. Usually, when they mention it, they just say Voxel Libre. Now, one consequence of Voxel Libre changing to Voxel, from Mind Clone 2 that I have seen is that Mineclonia has gotten a lot more popular. So I guess it is true that people, and I kind of expected this as well, that people really did want a Mind clone, right? And that's kind of what they were looking for. A lot of people that were trying out Minetest. Um, you're indifferent to it, yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing is Minetest is a bad name. Like, I don't think anyone like Minetest. You can't take that name seriously. It just sounds like a bad clone of Minecraft. That's like my main take on that. Like, who's gonna take like if I say that my favorite game is Minetest, which it's definitely in the top 5, in the top 2 probably. Uh, if I say that's my favorite game, I always have to clarify. Like, oh, my favorite game, Minetest. It's a okay. It's not really a clone of Minecraft, but it's so annoying to have to like explain away that Minetest isn't just a clone of Minecraft. And it's not like a just test project of someone trying to recreate Minecraft. And that kind of sucks. And as long as Minetest is called Minetest, that's always going to be the connotation. Like, this is a Minecraft clone. You can't escape that without changing the name. And I think it's good that the developers recognize it because the project did start off like that. I think that's what he said. Like the guy who started it, uh, said something about how at first it was just like a test to see if he could do it. But it's grown into being so much more than just being like a test project. Because Minetest did start off as proprietary. When he first created it, the guy, I don't remember his name off the top of my head actually anymore. But he did say that, or initially it was proprietary. It wasn't open source. and it's just grown into being a platform for creation. And I think that's beautiful, and I think that name change was necessary. There's also Voxel Forge that's trying to be a Minecraft clone as well as Myclonia. Yeah. I haven't heard of Voxel Forge. Um, but I assume that just due to the fact that it is not called like Mineclone or something similar to that, that it is not it's not going to get the um easy like draw for new players that Mineclonia has. Oh, dude, do I? It was like 31803. I know this other number was also something in the threes. And was it like 38? 7155. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. But yeah, so he started off just trying to clone it. Just to, I guess, test his abilities in programming, which is, cool. I think that's how most people start on any kind of project like that. Is this where the shop was talking about? Not sure. Building inspiration here? I mean, there are... I mean, that's kind of cool looking. But yeah, I mean, I'm always in support of growing and moving and doing the name change. I don't know. I can't think of an example where a name change has. Oh, hold on. I take that back right away. I had to think about it for a second. I was about to say I can't think of a case where a name change has gone over poorly. Or has, in my opinion, been a bad decision. Right away, retract that. No, I mean, there's Twitter and its name change that, that didn't work out super hot. Um, doesn't seem like a good idea. Hier sind die Bergarbeiter ihre Hüten sind etwas massiver als die Türme. Größe meiner Hüte. Hmm? I guess this like here live the mountain workers. Their huts are a little bigger as the towers. Big mines? Big huts? Yeah, the X. That kind of went poorly. That popped into my mind pretty quick after just a little bit of consideration. I mean, meta as well. That didn't really go over too well. I mean, people still think of Meta Facebook, so that didn't really work super hot either. Ooh, that's a cool looking tower. Wow, I like that. The little outjut of a little tower on the side there as well. So yeah, I guess if a brand is like recognizable enough, a name change is tough, and people just don't really roll with it. I think at this point, like Facebook and Meta, I guess has kind of worked. Not really though. Like even with Meta and Facebook, like usually when I talk about Meta, first thought there, like who's the CEO or who's in charge of Facebook, the company, I still think of Facebook. They should have left as Meta, as Facebook. Meta's playing stupid. It kind of is, yeah. I mean, they were like, I get the reason why they wanted to change it. They were trying to look towards the future, and Facebook has a pretty bad reputation attached to it. Everyone who thinks of Facebook might not be true, but most people who think of Facebook are thinking they're taking all your data and a social media company, I guess. Those are the two big associations there, and they wanted, that association to be kind of changed, I guess, and, get a new front out there, look towards the future, and they were trying to pivot heavily towards the metaverse, and which really did not pan out. That failed spectacularly. They pumped like billions of dollars into the metaverse, and that really did not take off. That seemed like it went absolutely nowhere. But yeah, isn't Meta the parent company and Facebook the brand? Yeah. So the parent company used to also be Facebook. Right, like Facebook used to be the company, and then also the social media was also called Facebook. Like I think the company was called like Facebook Incorporated or something like that, probably. And then they owned Facebook, the social media site, right? And then when you talked about like Instagram got bought, and it was Facebook that bought Instagram. But now, if, that company bought something new, it would be Meta bought this whatever brand. So the company's name changed, not the social media. When you go to Facebook login, clearly saying Facebook, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just the company that changed its name, because they were looking towards New Horizons. They never changed the social media's name. Like X did. X changed the name of the social media. And Meta only changed its company name because they were trying to get, like, the metaverse going. When you read this, I hope you understand this too. Please stay away from me because this teller will defend himself. Even if you think I'm clever, I am in. No, there's no way in. Oh, I was trying to get in. Damn. You will die and you will lose your bone chest 2 after death. No way to get it back except with the help of Mage Alias. Please don't say after nobody warned you. Okay. But there's a door. Hello, metadata. You're back. Yeah, it's been a while. Quite the hectic month. But I'm glad to be back. But yeah, so like big brands that rename themselves do not go over great. To tell you about Germany, well, it was a pretty great time. The internet was pretty bad. I had to like, oh dude, I bought like a cable, like a 20 meter cable, to, and then hooked it up to a router, and then got like like a female to female adapter, Ethernet adapter, to hook that up to hook it to a cable that ran through the walls, and then that went further. Oh, it was so bad, and then the internet was so slow. And even without that, the internet was super slow. Like even just hooking straight into the router, it was terrible. I hated it. That was the one thing. That was, it was so frustrating. The internet. Yeah, I don't know. Am I still there? No, I am back. I'm back home, and yeah, I honestly do not know where that shop was trying to tell me to go for inspiration for building. I'm kind of confused. And it's kind of cool here. Tell you about all the good food. Food was pretty great. Yeah, I mean, had some. Oh, dude, I went to some fancy restaurants. Actually, not that fancy, but uh, sorry, I don't mean to dictate that. No, I'm happy to talk about it. I mean, I had a great time. The food was great. I went to, oh, dude, these fancy restaurants. My grandma wanted to go, or was having dinner with her sisters and their husbands, right? And so I went along with them, and they went to these like really good Weingut. What is that in English? Like wine, uh, wine, Weingut. I don't know what this is in English. Um, but basically, I guess like a vineyard, like a winemaker place, right? They'll have a restaurant attached to them a lot of times, partly to, help. Oh shit, am I stuck? How do I get out? No. How do I get out? Wait, what? Uh, but yeah, kind of fancy. And they had some, dude, the goulash at one of these places that they went to was divine. Oh my god, it was so good. Okay, I got out. Um, but yeah, some really good goulash. Schnitzel, delicious as well. Uh, had some. I went to this one place with my uncle called the Best Wurst, the Best of Wurst, which translates to the best sausage. I guess it's like a chain, sort of. And man, it was like very average. That name, I cannot believe they run with that name. The best sausage. It was not even close to the best. It was like super average. I mean, I wasn't really expecting much better. It was still currywurst, which is currywurst was one of my favorite things. Basically, it's like a curry ketchup, I guess, over some bratwurst, or you can also do like beef sausage, I guess like hot dog, I guess, sort of. 20 meter Ethernet cable, and you only got AOL dial-up internet speeds. Yeah, dude. I mean, it was bad, and I don't know. Like I live in a, my grandma lives in a pretty remote, the place I grew up in is pretty remote, so it's sort of understandable that the internet wasn't great because remote or areas generally don't get the best connection, but still it was quite disappointing. 20 meters, like 60 feet, yeah. And this was 20, like the cable that I bought was 20 meters just to connect to a female to female, and then like extend that cable even further. In total, it was probably like 50 meters worth of cable. Um, the room that I was staying in, away from the router, was like 50 meters away. So that's probably like at least like 100 feet. Uh, it was quite the distance away from the router. And the first couple days I was there before I bought the cable, I just didn't have internet where I was sleeping. I just didn't have internet in my room, which is a very weird feeling. I have not had to deal with that in so long. Uh, I've always had access to the internet. Like, so what I ended up doing is I would like, did I have cell service? I did buy cell service, but oh dude, it was the weirdest thing. I bought like 2 gigs of cell service because I was, yeah, in a foreign country, and I didn't want to not be able to like text my family on WhatsApp if I got lost or something. And but cell service did not work inside the house that we were staying in. I guess it was an eSIM. I just paid like $10 or something like that, and then got data for the month. But yeah, cell service just cut off as soon as I like walked in the house. It was even it was a funny thing. Like I was walking home from a bus ride to the nearest city, and then like as soon as I walked into the house, my call I was on the phone with someone, and my call just disconnected as soon as I walked in. Because the walls are just super thick. Like that house is older than America. The house that I grew up in is older than America. The walls are insanely thick. Roaming charges were expensive from overseas. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. It was like super easy to set up. Like I just did it from, the same service that I use. I just use U.S. Mobile. Way to flex Bionic. Yeah, hell yeah. Uh, the house was built in what I'm trying to remember. It was like 1702 or something like that. Was when the house was built? Like it is. Didn't used to be up when I was living there. But they've put up these like little signs around town, around the town that I lived in, of like historic buildings. And my house, my old house, my grandma's house, has one of those historic building signs on it. And it's like one of, I think it's like 15 signs. I mean, the town that I lived in was 1,500 people. So granted, it's very small, but it's like one of 15 buildings that has one of those little signs on it. And, that includes the castle and the church. The church that's been there since like, dude, I don't even remember, like the 200s or something like that, 500s, like before the 1,000 years. Um, Insane. Grandma Phantom, Jesus, slept in the house yet. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, what else did I get up to while I was there? I went to a shitload of museums. Public transport is sweet, even though public transport is great. The trains are horrifically not on time usually. The one time, so I guess the German train system is pretty known for being like really bad. But like the one time that I wanted the train to be like late, because I was late to a train. I was visiting my cousin, and I'd taken a train ride over there, and then on the way back, I was trying to catch a train. And I was like a little bit late because I got caught up at this museum's gift shop. I was trying to buy a CD for my friend, so I got a little bit late to the train. And of course, the one time that it's on time is the time I'm really hoping it's not. Oh, here we go. Here's a sapling. Hopefully they have the date palm tree sapling for sale. And then I caught the next train in the same direction that it needs to go. And that ended up being like 2 hours late. I mean, it came to the train stop on time, the one that I was leaving from. But then it needed some repairs and stuff midway through the journey, so they told us all to get off. Here we go. Here we go. Oh shoot. What? Huh? Why is this not? Oh, it's not stocked. Shoot. So yeah, I had to get off that train, hop onto a different one. Ended up being like 2 hours later than I. What? Oh, what? Oh, okay. It was just lagging. 1 gold. Did I bring any gold? I did not. So that kind of sucked. But generally, public transport. Dude, I took like the bus into the city, into the nearby city every single day. pretty much. Not quite. But like at least probably like 5 times a week I was going on the bus. I just paid for Deutschland ticket, which is Germany ticket, I guess in translation. Um, and it's like $50, which seems kind of expensive, but for the month you get to go on any public transport as long as you show the ticket, and that's pretty nice. I think it started off at like 14 euros, crazy cheap. To start off with, and now it's increased to 50 euros. But yeah, did I go to any military museums? I did not. I went to, let's see, I went to the Natural History Museum. I went to, well, I tried to go to the Kaiserpfalz Museum, which is like in this nearby city, which was like a historic museum about the king that ruled in that city a long time ago, I guess. Um, I went to, oh, dude, this is actually kind of annoying. So this was on a Sunday. Initially, I was going to go to this one nearby city. And I was going to go to the, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm not really doxing myself here at all. I was going to go to the Gutenberg Museum. The Gutenberg Museum, right? Which is in a nearby city. In Mainz, to be specific. And this was on a Sunday, and I was like, okay, I'm headed there. This is going to be a good time. Should I buy more than one? I think one's enough. It's going to be a good time. But, turns out, I looked up online, and it was closed on Sunday. So I was like, damn, that sucks. Let me go to this other city. I've been kind of wanting to go there. This was the Kaiserpfalz Museum. I looked online. Didn't seem like it was closed. So I went to this other city. It ended up being closed. The museum. The Kaiserpfalz Museum. Pretty disappointing. But I was like, there's enough other stuff to do in town. I'll just, I'll find something else to do. So I went, walked around quite a lot, and then I ended up going to this, or wanting to go to this Tiger Garden, which, it was supposed to be like this spot where there's tigers and stuff you could see. So I was like pretty excited about that. It seemed pretty interesting. And, it turned out I had to like hike there. I didn't notice how far away it was on the map because, it was being so far away. It was like 6.5 kilometers. It's probably like 10 miles or something away, a hike uphill. And then it ended up also being closed. So bad. So I hiked all that way, and it just ended up being closed. And then the next day I was like, okay, well, this time I'm going to go to the Gutenberg Museum. But then it turned out that the Gutenberg Museum closed, or it was moving locations. And it was moving locations like 2 days. I was like 2 or 3 days late to go to the museum. I was like, okay, fine. I'll go to this Schifffahrt Museum, which is a ship art museum, I guess. So it was like a shipbuilding museum. I was like, okay, dope. I'll go here. It was also closed. It was also doing like renovation and stuff. So I was like, damn, okay. So I looked for another museum. I was like, okay, this one's also closed for some reason. And then finally, like the third one I looked up, I was able to go there. I think that was. So I ended up going to this. I think what was it, like Magna Carta, cult museum. It's just a little, very small place, and then also to this church museum, which was pretty interesting. I'm trying to remember what other museums I went to off the top of my head. Having trouble remembering them all. But yeah, quite a few. Does Germany feel like an empire and a culture past its prime? An empire, not really. Culture past its prime depends. Like the region, the area that I grew up in definitely felt like, like I kind of thought of this. I was like, this feels old, and like it did not. It felt like it was kind of just decaying, right? Like these buildings, there were so many really old buildings, right? The area that I lived in, but so many of them looked like they were in a state of disrepair. Like they were kind of getting old. And specifically the town that I used to live in, all the businesses there just kept going out of business apparently. Um, so like this one pizzeria that I loved back, it was like right behind our house. It was so good. That pizza was, it was so good. It was such a good pizzeria. It closed and then a new restaurant opened inside in the same location. That one closed as well. And then a new place opened up and a new pizzeria moved into that location again after that. And then like I ordered me and my family who had pizza from there. My brother had some friends over. Um so we ordered some pizza and it was so disappointing. The pizza was so much worse. Uh and like there's this like tiny little shopping like a supermarket, not even supermarket, but you know, a little place to go shopping right nearby. And that place is also apparently going out of business or just about to. And then there was a bakery right near right near the place I lived, like just down the street from where I lived. That's only open. It was closed for a long time, like a couple of years now, like 5 years or something like that. And now it's open, but only on Saturday and Sunday. And man, yeah, there's so much of this stuff, at least in the area that I used to live in, felt like it was just out of date and kind of crumbling and just getting old. But when I visited my cousin, I had to go there by train. That city felt very new, and it felt like there were a lot of young people there, and it felt, it was beautiful there, and it felt like it was kind of, coming up and doing well. And I felt like that, it seemed like that city was coming into its prime. Not quite there yet. So I think it depends on where you are in the country. When you lived in Britain, you could tell it was a booming empire at one point, but now it's past its prime. Yeah. Bert here. Yes, all landmarks are way old. Yeah, I mean, it is very cool to see how old, all these old landmarks and stuff like that. Because, like, in America, in comparison, is crazy young. Like, everything in America feels super recent. I mean, it's starting to feel like it's maybe coming to an end here in America, maybe. But generally, America feels like everything happened super recently, and we're still going at it. And there's not much history to speak of, but in a good way, still a shell of what it once was. Yeah. No, I mean, I think one thing it's well with Germany is it's. I mean, I was only there for vacation, to be honest, so I don't have a super, in-depth point of view here. Oh shit, gotta eat. Um, but yeah, I mean, one thing that was pretty crazy is how many castles there are. Like, that is one pretty big indication of, like, what Germany used to be. Like, just the sheer amount of castles. Like, apparently there's more castles in Germany. There's, like, 25,000 castles in Germany compared to, what was it, like 15,000 McDonald's in America. So there's more castles in Germany, which I think is probably counting, like, ruins as well, which I don't know how fair it is to count a ruin. I mean, I guess it's fair enough. Whatever. But there's just an insane amount of castles. Like, me and my cousin went hiking when I was visiting her, and we came across... So we went hiking for, like, about 4 to 5 hours. I think it was something like 4.5 hours. And in this, like, nice little mountain kind of range. And we came across 3 castles. Within a 4-hour hike, 3 castles? They were everywhere. What the fuck? What is up with that? I mean, only one of them was intact, and that was like a castle that some rich dude had built in the 1800s. So I don't know how much that one really counts. I feel like a castle is only really a castle if it was, like a military kind of defense type thing. Like some royal lived in there, or there was some kind of like military station there back in like the medieval ages, and it's like a proper defensive structure. That feels like it counts as a castle that one some rich dude built in the 1800s. It feels like a bit cheating to count that. So, but I'm counting it for the sheer ridiculousness of 3 castles in 4 hours. Infrastructure in America needs a lot of work. Roads are not well built, cheaper materials, less care in construction, maintenance non-existent, buildings are questionable, and take decades to finish now. Empire State took only 1 to 2 years to build. Now a 10-mile highway takes 10 decades to build. Yeah. There was, so where I live, there was this bridge, highway thing that broke. And apparently the U.S. Army, like, builders, I guess the U.S. Army has, like, builders and stuff, repair people. And they were like, this is going to take, like, 6 years to repair. And some construction guy, I met him at the grocery store today, he said he and his crew finished repairing it in 3 days. So I don't know if that speaks to the incompetence of American government, or how little they care for the quality of construction. Might be a mix of both there. But 3 days does not seem like enough to repair a bridge. That was like not a bridge, but or I guess sort of a bridge. It's like on a highway or something. I don't know. I don't know what the state the bridge was in, but going from 6 years down to 3 days makes me quite worried. I don't know. But yeah, the infrastructure in America seems kind of shit. Like public transportation, I think, is one thing that you really need. That really needs work in America. Like, I don't know anyone who uses public transport. And in Germany, it's the opposite. Like, it's hard to find anyone who doesn't use public transport or hasn't used public transport. Castle is by definition a large building, typically of medieval period, fortified against attack with thick walls. Battlements, towers, and in many cases moat, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, There's this project in France where they're building a castle with purely medieval tools. Um, and I mean, I do consider that one a castle, even though it's built modern time. It's not going to be defended like militarily. Which that was a pretty cool project. I mean, I lived in France for a little while near where where the castle was being built, and that's a pretty cool project. And they like use the techniques they discovered while doing it, to help like rebuild or repair Notre Dame. So pretty cool thing there. Public transport in America is dangerous too. Have to watch your back. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I've heard. Like only like on public transport there's tons of crackheads and stuff like that. And you know, that's not very encouraging. If you want to, you know, go on public transport. Fertilizer, is that what it's called? No. Mulch. Alright, so leaves and wood. Gotta bounce, see ya. Have a nice day, Lucasaurus. I have so many stories to tell. You once took a Greyhound from Portland to Seattle. Lots of sights to see, yeah. Dude, the Greyhound sounds crazy. Like the U.S. is so big to take a to take a bus from like state to state. I mean, Portland to Seattle isn't insanely far, I guess, but like, dude, my mom told me. I just said that I don't know anyone who's used public transport. I'm about to confirm that I just lied, I guess, but my mom told me a story about how she took a Greyhound. I think it was from, what was it? From California to, or no, it was either from California to Alabama or Alabama to California. I think it was California to Alabama. She told me stories about that, and I mean, nothing bad happened to her, but you know, just telling me some stories about that, and man, that just seems insane to take a bus that far, and that a bus even runs that far. Like that, that's the type of distance you gotta take a train for. But you know, the public transport isn't, you know, the train network isn't built out that way. So you just can't. But, I mean, JMC, if you're up for telling any story, I'd love to hear it. Don't take one bus across the distance, eventually you have to get off and hop on a new bus. Well, yeah, but, I mean, they take you quite the way. I mean, honestly, I don't really know it that much. My mom didn't really tell me that many details about it. It was kept quite vague. Probably because she didn't want me to do it. She probably knows I was a bit of a flight risk. So if she explained in too much detail, I might have followed in her footsteps and yeah. She might have not appreciated that all too much. Where did I plant the date tree? No. Where did I plant this? Don't regret taking it. It was only $50 to go from Portland to Seattle? I guess that's not too bad. That's... No, I mean, it's definitely better than a plane. 5 hours, I think. I mean, yeah. $50 for 5-hour travel. It's not too bad. I mean, the main reason I guess I'm surprised about it is because I paid $50 for the Deutschland ticket, you know, the Germany ticket, to be able to use all public transport, including trains, which you know, I could have taken a train ride to anywhere in Germany if I wanted to with that ticket multiple times. But yeah, actually 50 bucks isn't too bad for that bit of a trip. The German economy is in a lot of trouble, not surprised by the markup. The markup? I mean, still a pretty great deal. 50 bucks to for it's a whole month. 50 bucks to be able to travel anywhere in Germany on public transport for a whole month. Ah, there it is. Whoa, holy shit, that's a big ass tree. I do not have enough inventory space. Once again. I mean, it did start at like 14 bucks. They introduced that ticket at like 14 bucks. It was like right after COVID, I think. It was to encourage people to get out of the house and travel the country. Um, but it ended up being people kind of abused used it way too much and traveled so much at the super cheap. So they just been steadily increasing it for the past couple years, and now it's at 50 bucks. Or it was at 49 bucks when I bought it, and they're increasing it to like 58 bucks pretty soon, euros. And yeah, so the past couple years they've just continually been increasing the price on it. Understandably, because it's still a really good deal. Like even at 58, it's a super good deal if you really take advantage of it. But yeah, like when it when it first came out, there was this one island in Germany that was like this rich people vacation area that sort of just got raided by a bunch of like young punks, I guess is the best way to say it. And just so many people went there because they could just do it for super cheap with the ticket, and that was quite the hilarious story. I think Germany will ever go back to the Deutsche Mark? No, I don't think so. Germany's pretty set in the EU. I don't think, like, unless the far right, which has been gaining some power in Germany, gets a lot stronger, I don't think they're going back to the Mach anytime soon. Like, there's no reason to. Like, the euro is pretty strong, pretty good. And Germany's pretty set on being part of the EU, I think. And like by the end of the Deutsche Mark, it was overinflated as like hell. And I mean, I never lived in a time where Germany used the Deutsche Mark. So I'm not sure, but I don't see any reason to go back to it. Good enough. Alright, let's hope a sapling falls. Because if not, then not really sure what to do. Did we get a sapling? Nice. 5. Dang. Okay. Nice. We're gonna be set for this next building if these palm trees produce that many saplings. Let's see. Let's plant one back here, maybe, and another one up on this hill. I don't know. I think the EU is a pretty good political system, as far as I can tell. I mean, it seems pretty great. Um, I mean, it's kind of emulating America, I guess, in like every country in the EU is a state. But I don't know. I mean, just saying that makes me not like the EU as much. But generally, I mean, I think the EU is a pretty great alliance between the European countries, and I still don't really understand why Britain decided to leave when it seems like such a good thing. Alright, let's think about how I want to continue this build from here. So I need to build something that comes kind of this way. But, I mean, I'm going to be using this nice purple wood. I don't want to just do a little building that... I want to do something nice and good looking. So, let's do... I think we could maybe do like a tunnel from here to like here, and then have that be the connection between the two. Or the thing is this is on such diagonal, and diagonals are just hard to build. And if I want to go on a straight face, feel like I could do some kind of build that goes out from here and then over this way, but I don't really want to use the purple wood for that. I want to build some kind of nice, good looking, impressive kind of thing with the purple wood. So I think I might have to start with some other type of wood to make a kind of connection. So let's see. Let's look up trunk. Willow tree trunk. Actually, let's go over to the... let's bring a bit of gold with me. Some lag or something. Going on there. Let's bring 5 pieces of gold and go back. Spawn to check out the... so we can go in through this time. Alright. Let's see if there's any nice woods that I want to use. That's an interesting bark right there. But I don't know if I like it enough to build with. It's the olive. I think I could go for olive. Olive looks nice. Let's try the olive. Where was it? There we go. Bit of lag. Here we go. Alright. 5 olive tree saplings, good enough. Okay, I mean, while we're at it, might as well check and see if there's any other wood types that look nice. Mahogany. Let's go for the giant sequoia. I think that looks like a nice color. So we'll buy one of those as well. The mahogany, I think we'll leave for now. Let's get a healing tree sapling. That looks like it could also be nice. And I've kind of filled up my inventory at this point, but let's check upstairs, see if there's anything else that's looks particularly appealing. Rebels glass? What is this? Slight lag. Come on. Alright, we can look at it. There's various glasses. Okay. Well, I think I've picked a few nice tree types. Okay, apparently glass in that shop is blessed. Alright, let's get the olive sapling, the healing sapling, and giant sequoia saplings out, and plant these in a couple places. Oh, maybe not right next to another tree. Gonna quite the diverse forest at this point. Nope, not right next to a sapling. Let's go there, and then these two can go maybe. Where's a good spot for these other saplings? Right there, and right here. Now, let's grab our mulch and... Alright, it's nighttime. Can't use the mulch in the nighttime. Do I just have to wait? Don't love waiting super long. To be honest, I feel like I'm getting tired so much earlier. Here we go. Oh, what's attacking me? Oh, goodness. A little wolf. Oh, got some bananas. Alright. Hopefully I remember where I planted these trees. I do think I planted one like up here. Yes, there we go. Ooh. It's not daytime enough yet. Do I have to wait even longer? Ooh, wow, that is a large... Ow, keep hurting myself. That is quite the large tree there. I definitely don't have enough space in the inventory to chop that down right now. And that is a nice life tree, and they grow golden apples on them. So, do I just have an infinite source of golden apples now? Do I just keep planting these and replanting them? That seems... Oh my god, what? There's another huge tree. These are all very large trees here. I'm trying to find the olive one. Is this the olive? Yes. That one's at least not ginormous. Let's try to grow all these nice trees. Building, yeah, a very diverse forest, as I said earlier. I want to get a nice view from here of the various tree types. I mean, this is kind of a block of sakura trees, but back there we got quite a few different types. These kind of blend together there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it night. Got some nice trees going. And yeah, next time we'll keep harvesting some wood, start up our new build. Alright, hope you guys had a good time. Have a nice night, nice day, whatever time zone you're in. And yeah, peace.